Today's episode of Below the Belt is brought to you by Manscaped, baby. We using Manscaped. We got that new performance package, which includes the Lawnmower 4.0. That's right, 4.0. All right, you got that dad bod or you got a six-pack, but it's covered in hair. No problemo, man. Get with it, man. Get with it. Join the 2 million bros worldwide who trust Manscaped. Get ready for a hot guy summer. It's a thick boy summer, but you don't want to be a hairy thick boy, so you got to go to manscaped.com for 20% off and free shipping with the code FOODTRUCK. That's 20% off free shipping with the promo code FOODTRUCK, man. They got the 4.0 trimmer. Listen, if you've ever tried trimming your jewels down there and you nicked them, there's nothing worse. It is torture. You're basically torturing your nutsack. Don't do that, man. Get the new Lawnmower 4.0. It's waterproof. There's a light on it. It's so easy. There's no reason not to use it, all right? Manscaped even threw in 2 free gifts with a new Performance Package 4.0, the Manscaped Boxers and Shed Travel Bag. All right, bring your comfort and boxers to another level. Get 20% off and free shipping with code FOODTRUCK at manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping with the code FOODTRUCK at manscaped.com. Escape the shrubs and weeds this summer and let it shine with Manscaped. Welcome to this very special episode of Food Truck Diaries. We're calling it Poolside Diaries because your boy's in Miami. That's why I'm dressed like a thick-ass Don Johnson. I couldn't look more Colombian. Cool story, dude. I'm here because I'm doing a food truck with your boy, Jake Paul. Just knocked out Ben Askren. He's fighting T. Woodley August 28th, only on Showtime. He sat down poolside. I got mojitos. I got lobster rolls. You gotta feed the kid, so let's do it. Mr. Jake Paul.
My guy.
The man of the town. The buzz is all Jake Paul, at least in my world right now.
Really?
I think so.
Hey,
you bring that energy.
I don't know. I'm here to support my brother.
I get it. I get it.
People like to pit us against each other a bit. Like, it's just natural because it's like we're doing the same things. But we're a team and we're just building each other up and piggybacking off of each other's success.
No, I love it, man. And you guys, I have an older brother and you guys ride for each other, Yep. Like, I think what really showed is when, you had the altercation with Floyd. I'm sure you've seen the footage. Your brother
he tries to jump in.
Yeah, he's in, man. And that's what you want from your brother,
God. Yeah, no, he's at my back and we're unstoppable as a team. So, we're just getting started with what we're going to accomplish.
Yeah, no critique here from what you guys are doing. You guys are doing something right. When the news came that you signed with Showtime, correct me if I'm wrong on any of this, when you signed with Showtime, again, correct me if I'm wrong, I view you and Logan on kind of 2 different paths. You tell me if I'm off on this. Because for you, when you were fighting Ben Askren, right, I was a former UFC fighter. Ben Askren is UFC alumni. So whether you were the huge favorite or not, I was going to try to convince people that Ben was going to win, him being alumni, UFC alumni, like that's my guy. You're also my guy, Logan's my guy. So to that point, you did work against Ben, knocked him out, and then even to me, like that was only your 3rd fight, man. Like you only have three fucking fights, dude.
Yeah.
And so to beat a guy like Ben's insane at your level. Like I know you have your whole team, this world, but what you did to Ben is like it's insane, dude. In your 3rd fight.
Well, thank you, man. I've dedicated my life to this. And I'm just naturally talented at it. Like a lot of people don't understand my skill level. I haven't even been able to show it, to be honest.
And I'll be honest, I didn't realize your skill level. Like I went on Rogan and I was trying to convince them that Ben was gonna, I went, let's lift off their accolades, their athletic achievements. I said, let's say we don't know these 2 guys. I lift off Ben's, I lift off yours. I go, how can you pick against Ben?
Yeah.
And then Rogan was like, yeah, but can he box? Can he box? He kept saying, can he box? So to your credit, what you did against Ben is amazing. But again, you only have 3 fights. And this is why I think you came to Showtime. I think you came to Showtime because you want to be taken serious as a boxer. I think this stuff, what you're doing is great. And obviously the YouTube world and crushing. And Triller, did what they did for you. And that's all fine and dandy. Showtime's a different animal. You know this.
Yeah.
And I think by your team, by signing with Showtime, you're talking about the premier
the premier label in box, like the history of Showtime. I'm sure you're familiar with it. You know, I mean, you're talking about Floyd Mayweather built his name here. You're talking about Deontay Wilder, you know, the Charlo brothers, like Gervonta Davis. Like when you talk about premier boxing, Showtime. So when you signed with Showtime, I promise you, and this was before the Woodley fight was announced. I said, I promise you, by Jake signed with Showtime, he wants to be taken serious as a boxer, and this is the first step into him being taken serious by signing with Showtime. Am I off on that? Is there something to that, or was it just all about the deal?
I think that's part of it for sure. And I wanted to be with the biggest, best company in boxing, but I don't really necessarily care about people taking me seriously as a boxer. But I think they already do in many ways. You know, like Mike Tyson has taken me under his wing. Evander Holyfield is, you know, taking me under his wing and is training with me. The Charlo brothers have shown support. I think the people that see me work in the gym and see my dedication already take me seriously as a boxer. And by the way, everyone that I spar, everyone that comes around, you know, Jean Pascal, all these people, they take me serious as a boxer because they see the work I'm putting in. And by the way, like, people taking me seriously as a boxer, it doesn't change how I wake up in the morning. It doesn't change my bank account.
Yeah.
It doesn't change any of those things.
Nothing.
I think being with Showtime is about doing the biggest, best, historic fights. I want to do the biggest fights, and they do the biggest fights. Right. I do the biggest fights, and so, you know, teaming up there, it's the perfect synergy.
Yeah, I think for you, like, again, it's not that I was a naysayer. I was like, yeah, athletic kid, same with your brother, athletic kid. And then I was in Miami on tour doing shows at the Miami Improv, and I was staying at the same hotel as Uriah Faber. And Uriah goes, hey, saw you in Rogan, saw you pitching Ben Askren. He's like, dude, I'm telling you, you need to watch Jake Paul's training footage. I go, why? He goes, you're off. I go, really? He goes, I'm telling you, dude. Look at this. Have you seen it? I go, I saw like a clip of him knocking some dude out. He's like, no, watch it. And he's like, with a trained eye, you can see this kid can fucking box. Yeah. So he brings it up. And I see you in there with the footwork and the feints and the timing. I'm like, holy fucking Uriah's like, I'm telling you, dude, the kid can box, man.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I used to be a Uriah Faber fan, so shout out to Uriah.
Yeah, he's the one, and it's not that I wasn't sold on you, it's just what you're doing. Like, you know, but, you know, just like anything, it takes time to get good at. But with your work ethic and, you know, this is why I admire you and your brother and have respect for you and your brother. You guys could compete in checkers and people are going to watch it. Yeah. You decide to go down the hardest route in life, man. Like, I've been down there, man. This is a tough road. It's a tough,
unforgiving sport for sure.
The worst.
I think that's what I love about it, is it pushes me to be my absolute best. Yeah. And any corner you cut will be exposed in that ring, whether it's in sparring or actually under the lights on fight night. And so it pushes me to be the best version of myself, mentally, physically, emotionally, like everything. So I love the challenge of it. And like you said, like, people forget that we wrestled, we played football growing up. Like, people, I can run a 4.4 40-second or 40-yard dash. My vertical in high school was 36. I used to be able to dunk before I started boxing. Yeah. So like, this is stuff that people aren't taking into consideration. And when you dedicate yourself to something and surround yourself with amazing coaches, you know, and really have a chip on your shoulder.
Yeah,
you know,
sky's the limit.
The sky's the limit, exactly.
Yeah, and I back to my original thought of you guys going down different paths. You know, Logan hasn't won a fight yet, and then he's fighting Floyd Mayweather, which is going to be a fun fight, and there's, you know, this whole spectacle there, and, you know, who knows what happens there. Odd makers think Floyd, if the world is running normal, they think Floyd's going to do what he does, you know? Yeah. If the world's... But
unless Logan breaks the simulation.
Yeah, what you guys have done before. I'm not saying it can't happen. You know, it's a tough task.
Yep.
But what I like about the route you're going is you could have waited and probably had the Floyd fight, or, you know, fought a Chael Sonnen or something kind of like that. To be honest, to me, not the route. Like, if you want a career, because it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. So when Showtime goes, yeah, he's fighting Woodley, and, you know, I was saying, like, maybe a Mike Perry would be fun for him. When I heard you're fighting Woodley, I'm like, holy shit, that's the perfect next step for Jake.
100%.
And you know, and I'm not telling you, no. I know Woodley's a good friend of mine.
Yeah.
Woodley is no punk, and you know this.
Yeah.
And it's like Ben Askren
dusted up Mike Perry in sparring.
I heard. But it had been fun. But just to me, again, you only have 3 fights, and then for you to only have 3 fights and have the level of pressure that you're at right now with these pay-per-views, main events, and then to take on a guy in Woodley, man, to me, it shows that you're serious about the game. Like we couldn't go through the list of guys you could have picked out, and people were like, yeah, here goes Jake.
Exactly.
But when I saw Woodley, I'm like, oh damn, he's really trying to do this damn thing.
100%. I want to challenge myself, and I want to answer the phone call. And the phone call that's happening is people being like, fight a real striker, fight someone who can knock you out. And I'm like, all right, I'll answer that. Let's do it.
You're gonna answer that. Those people, those naysayers, I can't stand this shit.
Yeah.
Go to your favorite boxer, Canelo, Floyd, Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali. Go to any of your favorite boxers. Look at their first 3, 4, 5 fights. They're fighting garbage men.
Yep.
They're literally fighting guys who didn't box after that.
Building up their record.
And for whatever reason, people want to see, like, I had one guy, I was at Starbucks, like, I'd like to see him fight Canelo. I'm like, are you out of your like, what are you talking about, dude?
So this
like, it's a marathon.
No, exactly. And this is why I said earlier, I don't care about being respected as a boxer, because I think people secretly already respect me as a boxer, which is why they're like, fight Canelo.
Yeah,
I'm like, bro.
You're like, Canelo?
So I'm not a real boxer.
But you want to see me fight
But you
Canelo.
want me to fight a real boxer world champion. What, like, people gotta make up their mind.
Pick your lane, yeah. Yeah, you're doing a good job handling it. And this is your team here? This is the whole squad? You're missing some?
No, it's mainly over here. We're a little short-staffed today.
But I got your back, some breaks off. But so when it comes down to, like, because to me, the matchups you make are everything. Where you're at in your career, it's everything. So how did the Woodley fight come to fruition? Obviously, there was the beef in the locker room, which was interesting.
Look, like you said, he's the perfect guy. Knockout power, a legitimate striker.
But you weren't thinking about him before. Were you thinking about him before this? Your team wasn't, right?
Nope, we were thinking about, like, Usman. There's Nate Diaz talks happening.
Jesus Christ, yeah.
But I'm serious.
I know.
By the way,
like,
like, Usman's a really difficult fight. Nate Diaz, easy fight. Easy fight.
I love you, and this is why, you're at where you're at. Nate Diaz can fucking box,
Bro,
man.
Edwards is who he's fighting?
Leon Edwards.
Yeah, Leon Edwards.
That's a tough fight for him.
No, Leon Edwards is gonna dust Nate.
Yeah.
He's washed up.
Yeah, but my thing is, so you going for, Usman and Nate Diaz, your team, you're not a stupid person. Your team's definitely not stupid. You guys know Dana's never going to let that. The UFC's not going to let them out.
So that was part of the reason why Tyron Woodley made so much sense.
Correct. That's why this makes sense to me.
He came out of the UFC, perfect timing.
Former champ.
5-time champion.
The
beef is
dudes
there.
out.
He has knockout power. Like, I'm going into this fight being like, this is a make or break fight. This is the biggest test I've had, and he's legit as fuck. Like, and I know that, and I know that, and I love that.
I love it
because it's like, bro, I'm gonna show people I'm a boxer. I can take a punch. I can dish a punch.
Yep.
And people haven't even seen my skills or my ability in what I can do. Tyron Woodley has been boxing for a longer time than me.
Way longer.
Way longer.
At a high level with wild card. He's wild card trained.
And I will take him out in 2 rounds.
I love it.
And people are gonna come back and watch this interview and be like, God damn it, Jake. This fucking asshole kid who dresses like a douchebag and wears jewelry and takes people's hats has predicted every single fight.
Yeah, I mean, there's a good chance of that.
Let's take a little break from chatting with my boy, Jake Paul. You're probably staring at us like, those guys don't look very hairy. I got a secret for you, man. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. We use Manscaped, baby. We use Manscaped. We got that new performance package, which includes the Lawnmower 4.0. That's right, 4.0. All right, you got that dad bod or you got a 6-pack, but it's covered in hair. No problemo, man. Get with it, man. Get with it. Join the 2 million bros worldwide who trust Manscaped. Get ready for hot guy summer. It's a thick boy summer, but you don't want to be a hairy thick boy. So you got to go to manscaped.com for 20% off and free shipping with the code FOODTRUCK. That's 20% off free shipping with the promo code FOODTRUCK, man. They got the 4.0 trimmer. Listen, if you've ever tried trimming your jewels down there and you nicked them, there's nothing worse. It is torture. You're basically torturing your nutsack. Don't do that, man. get the new Lawnmower 4.0. It's waterproof. There's a light on it. It's so easy. There's no reason not to use it, all right? Manscaped even threw in 2 free gifts with a new Performance Package 4.0, the Manscaped Boxers and Shed Travel Bag. All right, bring your comfort and boxers to another level. Get 20% off and free shipping with code FOODTRUCK at manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping with the code FOODTRUCK at manscaped.com. Escape the shrubs and weeds this summer and let it shine with Manscaped.
When you look at Woodley, what advantages do you see? Obviously, size. I think people can be surprised that you're the bigger guy. Because, you know, Woodley on TV looks like he's stout.
Yeah, he's like
stout,
200.
shorter though. He's jacked up.
Yeah. No, he's built up. I really think his only advantages is being under the lights
Experience.
more than me. But I would say he hasn't ever had the pressure that I've had under the lights. So I would say from that point of view, like, I've been in bigger fights.
Yeah, I would say one of the advantages you and your brother have is because you guys been under such scrutiny, you know, your whole life, like since you were kids, like every move you made was critiqued and there's so many eyeballs on you. That's a different type of pressure. And I was talking to Luke Thomas earlier, because you guys are used to the spotlight, I don't think it's in the fighting arena, I don't think the moment is gonna overshadow you. I don't think the moment can be big enough for you guys because the way you came up on YouTube.
No, 100%. Like
Which is so strange, man, right?
We were built for this,
Yeah.
right? It's weird. It is really weird. You know, I get more nervous for getting in front of the camera on Disney Channel and acting than I do for fights. Like, I don't know. It's
That's
just like a
mind-blowing to
weird, it's like a weird thing. And like I said, I just feel like I was shaped for this. Even, I think like even in high school, like going into those wrestling matches, like I had 200 something wrestling matches. I think that's what prepared me to do this one-on-one combat sport, because you're going out there in high school. It's weird to like wear the singlet and your dick
naked.
showing.
Yeah, it's so awkward.
Your crush is in the
Yeah, you go
stands.
through puberty of like hair on your shoulders.
And you're not
shit.
that kind. Like that was more difficult than doing all this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so I don't know. That's what really shaped me for.
If I step back and I look at you versus Woodley, and I'll tell Woodley, you know, Woodley's next. I'll tell Woodley's to his face. To me, my biggest concern with Woodley is when I looked at his last 4 fights, which he lost in UFC, he seems checked out. Yeah. He seems like he doesn't want to do anymore, which to me is alarming.
I think
I'd say that's your biggest asset.
I think as soon as I touch him, his body's gonna go back to that whatever it's called, like the losing mentality, the oh shit, fight or flight. And he's not gonna want to sit there and fight. Like, I don't know. I just see that. That's why I'm saying 2 rounds is because I'm too sharp, I'm too fast, I'm too powerful, and he has 85 days to learn how to do this, to box, and unlearn all those square bad habits.
Sure.
I'm gonna eat up his body. I'm gonna eat up his head. He's not gonna know where I'm coming, and Kamaru Usman put some damage on him. Yeah. All these guys put some damage on him. Gilbert Burns put the damage on him. So he's coming in, a wounded soldier.
Are you surprised that Vegas has you as the favorite?
I'm not surprised, but it's funny.
It is funny, right? Like we talk
comical.
about respect, and then obviously someone's respecting it because these Vegas odds makers don't fuck around, and they have you as the favorite.
I've just made a lot of people a lot of money in the past 3 fights with people betting on me. So I think they're stacking the odds. Like, I've had people come up to me like, bro, I made $10 million, $5 million off of betting on you. So it's just funny. Like, why is me, the YouTube kid, the favorite against the 5-time UFC champion?
And I would say that's a sign of respect. Like, you're earning people's respect. And I think, and again, I know you don't care. And they were even talking about First Take on ESPN this morning. Like, even like Max Kellerman, who's a boxing aficionado, was like, yeah, Jake can fight, man. Like, you're slowly getting these guys who, you know, basically I call them dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Who, you know, they're so like, they take boxing so serious. But now, because you're doing the work you're doing and bringing these new eyeballs to the sport, they're kind of opening up to it.
Yep. And look, I'm putting in the work, right? People only take you as serious as you take yourself.
Agreed.
And I take myself as serious as it can get.
You have to.
I do everything right in camp. I have a team of 8 people from stretch therapist to a mind coach to a strength and conditioning coach, another strength and conditioning coach, 3 boxing coaches, like a boxing assistant. Like we do everything right.
Yeah.
I've seen
professional athlete.
I've seen exactly, and one of the highest paid for my age. At 24, I'm one of the, if not the highest paid athletes at my
24.
age.
Yeah, there might be some Premier League soccer play. I don't know. You're doing pretty well. Especially fight 2-3 times a year.
Yep.
You're doing
It's
pretty
like
well.
it's like the all-star basketball NBA guys and like the
Yeah.
Major League or
Yeah, the couple of
European
NFL
soccer.
guys, and the Premier League guys.
Yeah.
I think that if anything, that's where the hate comes from, right?
And
because
golf.
some of the ballers,
Some
but
of the
there's like
golfers.
5 of them who are making
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
And that tennis chicks.
But
killing
I'm
it.
coming for all of them. I will be the highest paid 24, 25-year-old in the next year.
So let me ask you this. Let's say things going according to plan with Woodley. Like, I'm sure you have on your team, you've mapped out.
Honestly, no. I think we're
Case
sort
by
of taking
case.
it case by case and seeing
Seeing what pops up.
Yeah, who's open, what makes sense. We've tried to make fights happen before, and guys price themselves out, which you see nowadays in the fight game. When someone doesn't really want to do a fight, they just put their price so high and make
That's silly.
excuses. So we'll let the dominoes fall how they're gonna fall. But like, as fast as I can get through these fights, is as fast as
wanna
I'm
be
gonna keep
active.
on going.
Yeah.
Why not? I don't get why boxers take off. Like, this is your job.
Agree.
Like, what are you
Agree.
gonna do? Go to Cancun and eat
Chill
a
for
bunch
a
of
while?
food and
Yeah.
get fat? Like,
Yeah, it's interesting. And I think what's funny too, obviously in my world, the MMA world, people are like, oh, this kid and blah, blah, blah. But then when you start speaking about fighter pay and Dana, like, all right, he has a point though. They're like, all right, he's kind of cool, man.
Yeah.
Like if you want to win people over, the number one thing is fighter pay. Because what people hate when guys aren't paid what they're worth. And the UFC is notorious. It's the fight business. It's not a Dana problem. It's literally since the beginning of time, the fight business, they've been underpaid.
yeah, promoters are dirty, and yeah, it sucks, to be honest. And no one else has a voice really that is able to speak up against Dana, because at some level or some way or another in the fight game, they have to respect Dana because he's got his hands in all the pots. But I don't give a fuck. Like, fuck Dana White. He should be paying Francis and John Jones
Agreed.
$10 million each plus pay-per-view.
Agreed.
Make the fight happen. Give the fans the fight that they want to see. And I will keep on beating this to its head and until there's some change. This is the new wave. This is, fighters should run and own and operate their social media channels, promote themselves. You don't need the promoters anymore. Why? What are they doing? They're setting up the photo shoot.
Agree.
No, like I'm promoting my own fights. Like,
Yeah,
they can help, they can add to it, but like it's the fighter's job to promote the fights now.
Agree. And I think you and your brother are changing that narrative because any smart fighter out there, however they feel about you, is going to see how you guys are controlling the narrative and run your own show. And they can take something and learn from it. Hopefully, they
Yeah.
can take something and learn from it.
No, I saw it, like the Charlo started a YouTube channel and he's posting on
Okay.
YouTube. I'm like, bro, everyone go watch those videos.
Yeah.
Like, everyone go support the boxing community. Like, if these boxers are starting YouTube channels, go watch their shit. Like,
Yeah, and I think that's one of the reasons it's a job you're doing unintentionally is, you and your brother have this young fan base. Boxing compared to the UFC, especially big events, unless it's a Canelo, a Wilder, a Fury, it's not getting too much attention. The younger audience isn't paying attention.
Yeah.
So, not that you need more pressure. I do think there's something with you and your brother kind of, getting these younger fans to convert over. That's, to me, like, you guys doing the Lord's work with that, trying to convert these young fans into getting into boxing.
so I created my company, Most Valuable Promotions, MVP, and that's what we're trying to do. That is get more young people into boxing and create the future of what boxing will look like. So it's a big task. I'm not going to be able to do it alone, but everyone should box or watch boxing or MMA. Like, I love just combat sports in general.
Yep. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. And I'll get you out of here on this. Everything you and your brother, everyone's doing, to me, it all gets to, I don't think I'm sure you want Conor, Floyd, whatever you want to do. To me, the mega fight with your fan base, Logan's fan base, is you guys. Am I crazy?
Yeah.
Like, this is, to me, like, how do people not see this? Like, this is, to me, that's the master plan, is you two are on your own, you're doing your own thing right now, But at the end of the day, the mega fight is you and Logan.
Yeah.
I mean, your dad's gonna hate me now, but
No. My dad and my mom are already pissed about this. Like, they're like, absolutely not.
yeah, but we
don't
can
want you to
wet
do
mom
it.
and papa's.
Yeah,
beef.
we can
on,
break
mama.
them off. We can break them off.
Mama.
You want a Rolls
You don't like
Royce?
mansions? Come on
Yeah.
now.
That's what I literally said to her. I was like, Mom,
Mom.
I had a $3,000 car that I had to landscape to pay for as a 16-year-old. I want my kids to drive Rolls Royces.
Yeah. So let me fight my older brother.
Fight my brother.
Yeah.
But it's kind of a joke. It's kind of not.
It is and it isn't,
It
right?
isn't.
Because you know, in the business of money, like that's
Yeah.
the mega fight.
Our relationship just keeps on getting better and better.
No, I
So
love
it's
how
like,
close you guys are.
I don't know. I don't know.
I would fight my mom for $100 million. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would
right.
I would punch my dad right in the face for $1 million. And then it would be cool after. I'd buy him a Porsche or something afterwards. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you. You might be right.
Yeah. We'll see,
You
man.
might be right.
Well, I appreciate it, brother.
100%.
Great seeing you, man. Get your ass back
sir.
to California. Don't be
No,
moving
no,
out there,
no,
man. Come back to Cali. We're opening up.